Hey, preppers community. Today we're diving into something Walmart doesn't want you to know about their winter stockpile. Today, we're diving into something Walmart doesn't want you to know about their winter stockpile. You know, most people just think about back-to-school sales or Black Friday deals, but smart preppers, they think ahead. They know that winter throws curveballs, blizzards, ice storms, power outages, and they aren't caught off guard. That's why we're talking about Walmart. They're quietly building up a massive inventory of winter essentials right now, and if you're not in the know, you'll be left out in the cold, literally. Stick around to the end to discover how to beat the rush and stay ahead of the winter scramble. Alright, let's talk about the foundation of any prepper's pantry, long-lasting canned goods. Now you might be thinking, canned food? That's obvious. But hey, even superheroes have their trusty sidekicks, right? Narrator. And let's be honest, who hasn't had that moment of joy when you find a can of your favorite soup hiding in the back of the pantry? It's like finding buried treasure, but tastier. And you'd be right, it is. Just like how your grandma always says, better safe than sorry. But here's the thing, most people severely underestimate just how much they'll need when a winter storm hits. It's like thinking one pizza will feed a whole party. Wishful thinking. We're talking about potentially being snowed in for days, even weeks. Imagine being stuck with only that one pizza. That's why you need to stock up on enough canned goods to last your family at least 2 weeks, maybe even a month. Think of it as your winter survival buffet. Think about it, soups, vegetables, fruits, beans, tuna, all the essentials for a gourmet, snowed-in experience. Chicken, the possibilities are endless. It's like having a mini grocery store in your pantry. And the best part, Walmart starts loading up on these items early, so you can avoid the last-minute scramble, which means you can snag them at rock-bottom prices right now before the pre-winter rush hits. It's like getting a Black Friday deal without the chaos. Now, not all canned goods are created equal. It's like comparing a gourmet meal to a microwave dinner. You want to prioritize items that are high in protein and essential nutrients to keep your energy levels up during those long winter days. Think of it as fuel for your winter hibernation. Imagine being stuck eating canned peaches for a week straight. Sure, they're sweet, but you'd probably start dreaming of beans and tuna by day 3. So, mix it up with hearty soups, beans, and tuna. Your taste buds will thank you. Don't forget about variety either. It's like having a mini buffet in your pantry. Having a diverse selection of canned goods will not only keep your taste buds happy, but also ensure you're getting a wider range of vitamins and minerals. Plus, it makes meal planning a lot more fun. And remember, always check those expiration dates. You don't want to discover your emergency chili expired in 2015. Make sure your stockpile is good to go when you need it most, because nothing says winter prep fail like a pantry full of expired goods. One of the best things about Walmart is their price-matching policy. It's like having a superpower, but instead of a cape, you get canned beans at a discount. That means if you find a lower advertised price on any of your canned goods essentials, they'll match it. It's like playing a game of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, but with groceries. But here's a pro tip. Use Walmart's Savings Catcher app. It's like having a personal detective who loves bargains. It automatically scans your receipts for lower prices at other stores and credits you the difference. It's like finding money in your winter coat pocket, but better. It's like getting free money back. Who doesn't love a little extra cash to spend on hot cocoa? And don't forget to check out Walmart's clearance aisles. It's like a treasure hunt, but instead of gold, you find discounted soup. You can often find amazing deals on canned goods that are nearing their best-by dates but are still perfectly safe to eat. Think of it as a race against time, but with delicious rewards. Remember, prepping for winter doesn't have to break the bank. You don't need to be Scrooge McDuck to save big. With a little planning and some savvy shopping, you can build a solid stockpile of long-lasting canned goods without emptying your wallet. And who knows, you might even have enough left over for a snowball fight. Okay, we've got our food situation handled. No one wants to be a popsicle with a full pantry, right? Now let's talk about staying warm when the mercury drops. thermal winter clothing. Because let's face it, shivering is not a good look. Now, I'm not just talking about your average jacket and gloves here. You know, the ones that make you feel like a marshmallow. We're talking about layering up with high-quality thermal base layers, fleece-lined pants, basically dressing like an onion but a very warm onion, insulated socks, the works, because cold feet are only cute on penguins. Because trust me, when the power goes out, and you're suddenly living like it's the 1800s, and you're relying on your own body heat, like a human burrito, you'll be thankful you went the extra mile. Seriously, your future self will thank you. And here's the kicker. Walmart actually has a surprisingly good selection of thermal wear at incredibly affordable prices. It's like finding a hidden treasure in your backyard. I'm talking about name brands like Hanes, Carhartt, and even their own store brand, which is like the underdog that always wins, which offers some serious bang for your buck. Think of it as the superhero of winter wear. But here's the catch. These items fly off the shelves as soon as the first frost hits. It's like a Black Friday sale, but colder. So if you want to snag the best deals and avoid the winter rush, and trust me, you do, you need to start stocking up now. Your future self, wrapped in cozy warmth, will thank you. When it comes to winter clothing, you need to prioritize. Think of it like packing for a vacation, but instead of sunscreen you need thermal socks. And that means making sure everyone in your household has what they need to stay warm and safe. No one wants to be the human popsicle. Start with the essentials, thermal base layers. Because nobody wants to feel like a walking ice cube. Warm socks, hats, gloves, and scarves. Basically, dress like you're preparing for a snowball fight with Jack Frost. Then, assess your individual needs. It's like a winter fashion show, but with more layers. Do you have young children who need extra layers? Kids are like little snowmen. They need all the layers to stay warm. What about elderly family members who are more susceptible to the cold? Think of them as delicate snowflakes. Handle with care. Make a list of everyone's specific needs and shop accordingly. It's like Santa's list, but for winter gear. And don't forget about yourself. You can't be the hero of the household if you're shivering like a leaf. You're no good to anyone if you're freezing your butt off. Remember, even superheroes wear capes and thermal underwear. Alright, you've got your base layers, your jackets, your gloves. You're looking like a winter warrior. But here's the thing, it's the little things that often get overlooked. I'm talking about hand warmers, those little packets of magic that can make all the difference when your fingers are going numb. Think of them as the unsung heroes of winter. Walmart usually has them in stock year-round, so grab a few boxes and stash them in your car, your emergency kit, and your coat pockets. Trust me, your future self will thank you when you're not doing the frozen finger dance. And don't forget about a good pair of waterproof boots, because nothing says winter fail like soggy socks. You don't want to be trudging through snow and slush with wet feet. Walmart has a wide selection of winter boots at various price points, so find a pair that fits your budget and your needs. Remember, being prepared for winter is all about anticipating potential problems and having solutions in place. It's like being your own winter superhero. So don't wait until the last minute. Head to Walmart now and stock up on those winter clothing essentials before the rush begins, because nobody wants to be the person fighting over the last pair of gloves. Alright, let's talk about something most people forget until it's too late. Portable heaters. You know, like that one sock that always goes missing in the laundry. We stock up on food, water, even toilet paper, but forget about staying warm when the power goes out in a blizzard. It's like preparing for a movie night and forgetting the popcorn. Trust me, I've seen it happen, and it's not pretty. It's like showing up to a potluck with just a fork. You're huddled up with your family, blankets are nice, but they only do so much when it's literally freezing inside your own home. It's like trying to warm up with a cup of cold coffee. That's when the panic sets in. You know, like when you realize you forgot to defrost the turkey on Thanksgiving morning. You start looking for solutions, but guess what? It's like trying to find a matching sock in the laundry. Everyone else had the same idea. It's like Black Friday, but with less excitement and more desperation. Suddenly, that $30 heater you saw at Walmart last week is going for $200 on eBay. Talk about a price hike. It's like trying to buy concert tickets last minute. And that's if you can even find one. It's like searching for a needle in a haystack, but the needle is on vacation. Don't let this happen to you. Be the early bird that gets the worm, or in this case, the heater. Being prepared isn't just about surviving, it's about surviving comfortably. Think of it as glamping, but in your own home. Remember, a portable heater isn't just about comfort, it can be a lifesaver, especially for the elderly or those with young children. So, stay warm and keep those toes toasty. Now you might be thinking any heater will do, right? Like picking a pizza topping? Wrong. Choosing a heater is more like picking a life partner. You need to consider a few things. First, what type of heater are you looking for? Electric, propane, kerosene, or the one that just looks cool? Each has its pros and cons, just like your favorite TV shows. Electric is convenient, but requires electricity, obviously. No power, no heat. It's like a phone without Wi-Fi. Propane and kerosene are great for off-grid situations, but require proper ventilation to avoid carbon monoxide buildup. Think of it as needing fresh air after a family dinner. Trust me, that's the last thing you want to deal with in an emergency. It's like running out of coffee on a Monday morning. Here's the bottom line. Winter storms are as unpredictable as your cat's mood. Don't wait until the last minute to buy a portable heater. It's like waiting until the night before a big exam to start studying. By then, everyone else will be doing the same thing, and you'll be left out in the cold, literally. And trust me, shivering is not a good look. Head down to Walmart, Home Depot, or your favorite online retailer, and grab a heater now while they're still in stock and prices are reasonable. Think of it as a race, but without the running. Trust me, your future self will thank you, and maybe even give you a high five. And hey, while you're at it, why not grab an extra one for a friend or family member? It's the gift that says, I care about your toes. It could be the perfect holiday gift, and you never know, it might just save their life one day. Plus, they'll owe you big time. Remember, being prepared isn't just about you, it's about looking out for each other. Because no one wants to be the only one with warm toes at the party. Alright, let's talk about something so crucial yet often overlooked when it comes to winter preparedness batteries and flashlights. You know, the unsung heroes of winter. Winter storms can knock out power grids faster than you can say, polar vortex, leaving you in the dark, literally. It's like Mother Nature's way of saying, surprise, time for a candlelit dinner. Imagine this, it's the dead of winter, a blizzard's raging outside, and boom, the lights go out. Suddenly, your living room turns into a scene from a horror movie, minus the popcorn. Suddenly, you're fumbling around in the pitch black like a cat chasing a laser pointer, your heart racing faster than when you realize you left your phone at home. Not a fun situation, right? That's where having a reliable stash of batteries and flashlights comes in. Think of them as your trusty sidekicks in the battle against darkness. These aren't just for finding your way to the bathroom in the middle of the night, although that's a lifesaver too. We're talking about being able to signal for help, keep warm, and maybe even find that last piece of pizza you dropped, and maintain a sense of normalcy when the unexpected strikes. Because who doesn't want to read their favorite book by flashlight like they're camping indoors? Remember, preparedness is about staying ahead of the curve, like knowing the punchline before the joke is even told. And that means anticipating even the most basic needs. You don't want to be the one borrowing batteries from the TV remote, do you? Now, I'm not saying you need to turn your house into a scene from The Walking Dead, but having a variety of battery sizes on hand is like having the right spices in your kitchen. Essential, along with multiple flashlights strategically placed around your home. Because who wants to play hide and seek with their flashlight during a blackout? It can be a game changer when the grid goes down. So, light up. Think beyond just your standard AA or AAA batteries. I mean, those are great, but let's level up. Consider investing in rechargeable batteries and a solar-powered charger. It's like giving your batteries a never-ending buffet. This way, even if you're facing an extended power outage, you've got a renewable source to keep those essential devices running. No more hunting for batteries like they're Easter eggs. And hey, while you're at it, why not grab a few headlamps? Because who doesn't want to look like a cool miner in their own home? They're perfect for keeping your hands free while you navigate your way through a dark house or work on emergency repairs. Plus, you can pretend you're on a secret mission. Plus, they're surprisingly affordable and can even be fun for camping trips when the weather's cooperating. Just don't blind your friends with them. Remember, being prepared isn't about being paranoid, it's about being practical. Think of it as adulting at its finest. We're not trying to scare anyone here, just empower you with the knowledge and tools to handle whatever Mother Nature throws your way. Because let's face it, she's got quite the arm. While we're on the topic of light sources, let's not forget about candles. They're like the Swiss Army knife of emergency lighting. They're inexpensive, readily available, and can provide warmth and a surprising amount of light during an emergency. Plus, they make you feel like you're in a cozy, old-timey movie. However, and this is crucial, always practice extreme caution when using candles. Never leave them unattended, unless you want an unplanned bonfire in your living room. Keep them away from flammable materials because nobody wants their curtains to double as a torch. And make sure you have proper ventilation to avoid any carbon monoxide buildup. Trust me, you don't want to trade one problem for another. Safety should always be your #1 priority, especially during a power outage. No one wants to explain to the fire department why they were roasting marshmallows indoors. So, by all means, stock up on candles, but use them responsibly. Think of them as tiny fiery pets that need constant supervision. And always have a fire extinguisher on hand just in case. Because, let's face it, accidents happen. Alright, that's it for batteries and flashlights. Stay safe and keep the lights on, folks. We've covered food, warmth, and light, but what about medical emergencies? You know, those moments when you realize you're not as invincible as you thought. Winter storms and power outages can create a perfect storm for unexpected injuries. Like when you try to channel your inner figure skater on the icy driveway, making a well-stocked first aid kit an absolute must-have in your winter preps. Trust me, you don't want to be improvising with duct tape and a paper towel. Now I know what you might be thinking. A first aid kit? Yes, it's not just for overprotective moms and scout leaders. Isn't that a bit extreme? Well, let me tell you, it's not as extreme as my Aunt Linda's holiday fruitcake. Trust me, my friends, when it comes to emergencies, you can never be too prepared. It's like packing for a trip. Better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Think of it like insurance for your health. You hope you never have to use it, but you're incredibly grateful when you do. Kind of like that gym membership we all have but rarely use. Imagine this. You're clearing snow from your driveway, slip on a patch of ice and twist your ankle. Not exactly the winter wonderland you had in mind, right? Or maybe your power's been out for hours, and you accidentally cut yourself while preparing a meal in the dim candlelight. Suddenly your romantic candlelit dinner turns into a scene from a horror movie. These situations, while seemingly minor, can escalate quickly without the proper supplies on hand. It's like trying to fix a leaky faucet with duct tape, not ideal. A well-equipped first aid kit can be the difference between a minor inconvenience and a major medical emergency. Think of it as your personal superhero in a box. It's your first line of defense when professional medical help is unavailable, and believe me, you don't want to be caught off guard when it matters most. Because let's face it, no one wants to be the star of their own winter disaster movie. So, what exactly should you include in your winter first aid kit? Well, let's dive in. Start with the basics. Bandages. Because let's face it, paper cuts don't take a holiday. Gauze, antiseptic wipes, pain relievers, and allergy medication. Think of it as your winter survival starter pack. Remember, winter brings its own set of unique challenges. It's like Mother Nature's way of saying surprise. So consider adding items like hand warmers, a thermal blanket, because nobody wants to be a human popsicle, and a whistle to signal for help if you're stranded. Think of it as your winter SOS. And if you have any pre-existing medical conditions, make sure you have an ample supply of your prescribed medications on hand. Running out of meds in a snowstorm? Not cool. It's also a good idea to include a basic first aid manual in your kit, because Google might not be there to save you. You never know. A little refresher course on treating burns, cuts, or hypothermia could prove invaluable in a pinch. Think of it as your winter survival cheat sheet. Remember, your first aid kit is an investment in your well-being. And hey, it's better than trying to MacGyver your way out of a winter emergency. Building a well-stocked first aid kit is a fantastic first step, kind of like making sure you have marshmallows for your hot cocoa. But knowing how to use those supplies effectively is equally important. After all, you wouldn't want to mix up the marshmallows with the salt, right? Consider taking a basic first aid and CPR course. It's an investment in your knowledge and could potentially save a life, maybe even your own. Think of it as learning to drive before hitting the icy roads. There are tons of resources available online and in your local community offering affordable and accessible first aid training. It's like finding a treasure map, but instead of gold, you get life-saving skills. You'll learn essential skills like CPR, wound care, and maybe even how to bandage up that paper cut you got from wrapping presents, and how to recognize and respond to common medical emergencies. Because let's face it, not every emergency involves a dramatic rescue. Sometimes it's just knowing what to do when someone slips on ice. Remember, being prepared isn't just about having the right gear. It's about having the confidence and skills to use it effectively when it matters most. Like knowing how to build a snowman and not just having the carrot and coal. So, empower yourself with knowledge, take that first aid course, and maybe you'll be the hero of the next family snowball fight. So, empower yourself with knowledge, take that first aid course, and let's make sure you're ready to handle any medical situation that comes your way. Because being prepared is the best gift you can give yourself this winter. So there you have it, Preppers Community. Our top essential items to snag from Walmart's winter stockpile before it's too late. Remember, you don't want to be that person using a hairdryer to defrost your windshield. Stay warm, stay prepared, and maybe grab an extra pack of marshmallows for those cozy hot chocolates. So there you have it, Preppers Community, our top essential items to snag from Walmart's winter stockpile before it's too late. Think of it as your winter survival treasure hunt, from long-lasting canned goods to life-saving first aid supplies, because nothing says I love you like a well-stocked pantry and a Band-Aid. Being prepared for winter's worst is the key to weathering any storm. Remember, even Elsa from Frozen had a castle to hide in. Don't let winter catch you unprepared, Preppers Community. You don't want to be that person who realizes they're out of hot cocoa during a blizzard. Take action today and make sure you and your family are ready for anything. Because nothing ruins a snow day like realizing you forgot the marshmallows. Remember, it's not about living in fear, but about taking control and ensuring your safety and well-being, no matter what challenges come your way. Plus, it gives you a great excuse to buy that extra cozy blanket. If you found this information helpful, hit the like button, subscribe, and join the Preppers Community for more essential tips on staying prepared. And hey, who doesn't love a good survival tip with their morning coffee? Check the link below for more in-depth resources to boost your survival game. Because being prepared is the new cool. Stay warm, stay safe, and until next time, this is Jose, signing off. And remember, winter is coming, but so is your next adventure.